Today, I'm going to explain like how we can use the interactive forms and how we can run the forms through our taskbar. In the part two, like last video, in the part two, I have shown you like how we can run and call the taskbar and forms from the process. But here, today we are going to use the taskbar. From the taskbar itself, we are going to call form. Okay, so use case is like we have like what will display different images on the screen, and it will ask user to verify the images as like maybe the user will provide approval or it will reject you in those images. So those data like approval and rejection are the part of that images we have to store in some Excel file. So first step is like we have to create a form where we can display the images on the screen and we can like what will ask user to verify. And second will once we'll get the response, then after we have to collect those response and we have to store into the Excel file. And everything we are going to do inside the taskbar. From taskbar itself, we are going to call forms. Okay. So in the taskbar, there's an interactive forms command available. So we are going to use interactive forms today. So this is my Excel file where we will collect the data which we will receive from the user. First is like image location and second is like status. So image like what will display image and user will verify like as approval or rejection. So I have stored these many images at this location, and what will look into this folder. It will display one by one this all images on the screen and it will take the approval. Okay, let's start with the code. Okay, so here in the automation, I'll create one folder. AARI. Okay, and here, as I told you, everything they are going to do by using the taskbar, right? So let's create a taskbar. I will say take approval. From user. Okay. So let's create this one. And yeah, so this is created. So interactive forms, as I told you, we are going to use interactive forms command. So inside this taskbar in the action, here you can type the form and you can see so many features are available inside the interactive form. So first, in the use case, first step is to display image on screen, right? So for that, we need to use display command. We are going to display a form on the screen. Okay. So by using this display command, you can see it is asking the form name, but you can see here it is showing empty. So that means we have not created any form. First, we need to create a form. Okay, then we'll call that form from this taskbar. So let's create a form. Let's close this taskbar. Go there in AARI folder and create a form. Okay, here I put the name display image. Okay, create the form. And the title of the name I'll put image verification. Okay. So now let's put image, like how we can display the image. For that, we have this command. Let's drag and drop here. Okay. And see here it is asking, this is showing the default image when working with platform. Let's browse it. So see here it is asking the file which is inside on the cloud, right? But in our case, we are going to use our local, right? So let me delete this one. And here we are going to use document. Okay, document. So suppose if your file is on your desktop, so in that case you can use this document from document feature from this form. Okay, and by using this snapshot, it will capture the screenshot of your desktop, and it will ask you to store that screenshot on some folder. Okay, and by using this image, like it will suppose if your image is on cloud, so so that location you have to provide inside in the image. But in the case of document, if your file is in your local repository, in that case, so see here, my file is in my desktop, right? So I have to use this document. So in the document here, in the right side, you can see it is asking the default file name. So you have to pass one path. So here in my case, there's a lots of file are available. So right now I'm just passing one path. Okay. Copy its path and put here image. This one. Okay. This is ready. And then after, okay, this is ready. And then as I told you, like you have to take the approval also from the user, right? For that, you need to create, like in the case of approval, we need to add two buttons, approval or rejection, whether they will provide the approval of this email or whether they will provide the rejection. For that, we need to add two buttons. So see here, button, add this button, okay, and I'll provide the name as, okay, and this will be my primary button, okay, and second is like will be my secondary button, reject. Okay, so this will be my secondary button. Let's save this form. Okay, so first thing is like here I have passed a hard-coded value. Okay, but in our case we have to pass a dynamic value in this form. So how we can do that? Let's go back to our taskbar, and here in the taskbar, as I told you, to display a form on the screen. So here we are using our taskbar, right? Directly we are calling the forms from the taskbar. So for that, as I told you, display command we will use inside the interactive forms. Okay, so display. So how it will display? Let's refresh this one. And so that form name. Okay, let me create a file name, then only we can fetch that form name. Okay, so here I'll put display image. Okay, and choose form that browser go inside AARI display image. Okay, select this one and create and submit. Okay, save. So let's run this one. Let's see if it's working or not. Whatever path I have added over there, it is working or not. Okay. Let's go back to the form, check what happened, why it is not showing. Let's take the preview. Preview is coming. Okay. Let's check why it is not working. After this interactive form, let's add trigger, then I'll explain why we are using this trigger. And from here, select form. And from form, just choose the form name which we have created. Okay, and the element is like, yeah. So in the our form, we have created two event, like two button, approval or rejection, right? We have made one button as primary and second one is as secondary. So here it is asking like on which element you want to use trigger, right? So suppose if I receive approval, okay, suppose I receive approval. So in that case, what I want to do, I want to write this status inside here. Okay, I want to maintain the status here, like I got the approval and this is the image of it. Okay. So first, but before updating anything in the Excel file, let's run first and let's see if the form is displaying correctly or not. Yeah, you can see here. You can see here on the screen, you can see image is showing here. Okay, we have given the path of this image. So it is visible here and it is asking whether we need to approve or reject. So I have added trigger on this button, approve. Okay, so let me click this one, approve. So right now it is nothing is happening, like it is not even closing this image or like this form also. So what we have to do in that case, let's close this one. First of all, let's close this one. Let's add some more command here, how we can close this form. Okay. Stop this bot and let's see how we can close this. Once we get the approval, then what we need to do. Okay. So once we get like approval, like this button is clicked, then after what we need to do, we need to close this form. Okay. We need to close this form and exit from this loop. And then after we need to maintain that data, the path of that file and the complete path of the file and the status, whether it is approved or rejected in Excel file. Okay. So first, what we need to do, we need to close this form. Okay, which form? Display image. We need to close that form and then we need to exit from the trigger loop. Okay, we need to break. Exit means we need to break from the exit loop. Okay, so let's see again. Once I click on approve button, then it will exit, it will close the form, it will exit from the loop. Yeah. So you can see here, the image is visible and after clicking on approve button, successfully completed. Okay, it exits, it closed also the form and it exit from the loop. Okay, fine. So here from here we are getting the value of the this one. And if we need to assign this value in some variable, let's assign it in some variable. Okay, this is a record type limit. Here, what I will do, I'll use a string command, sign command, assign a variable here. Okay, so I'll say group and I'll say form status because we need to maintain this value inside the Excel file. Okay. So see, but here in this display form, we had passed a hard-coded value. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to make it dynamic. And as I told you, like we need to run this whole form in a loop so that I can display all the images one by one and take the approval. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to call a loop. Okay. And in the loop, we will pass this code. So for that, let's use loop. Let's use loop here and put both commands, both line of code. One second. Practice form. Okay. So yeah, just drag and drop things. So here, which loop command we are going to use? So in my case, all files are inside a folder, so I'll use files in folder. Files in folder. Okay. And here we need to pass a path. So again, I'm going to pass the path. Right now, I'm hard coding this path. You can pass to dynamic, like you can use dynamic value, you can use the variable and all. Okay. So this is the folder path and assign that file name. All the file name, it will come inside the loop one by one. So just create a variable, files in folder, okay? And this is a dictionary type variable, create, okay? And it will give you the file name. So files in folder, set the value, like how we can set the value inside the form, the dynamic file path value, how we can set, right? So first, use the string operation to get the file name. Okay, file name with path. So let me create full path, file path. I would say full file path. Okay, and yeah, and here just use that dictionary variable files in folder, and key is like first is extension. Sorry, first key is like name, and then we use file in folder name and files in folder extension. Okay. If you want to see like what result we are getting inside this variable, so just put a message box here. Let's put a message box and then see what value we are getting here. Okay. And dollar and then file. See what value we are getting. First image, first image name is coming here. Okay, weighted 5. This image name is coming. Let me cross this dot because we need to pass path also here. Okay, this part. And pass this part. Here I'll add the path. Save this one. And let's put this whole path inside the form. Okay. So what we need to do? Let me delete this one and I'll go back to the form. And here just use set method. Set. Use set form and choose the display image here in this form, right? In this document, we need to pass file location path, right? So what file location path we need to pass? Full path we need to pass. Okay. So see all the image we are getting approval or not. Then we'll add the last part, the Excel part. So in this form, I only added trigger on its approval button, but we need to also add trigger on the other button, that is a rejection one. Okay. So see, this is the image, first image. This is the first approval. Again, it is running in loop trigger command. Okay, here verification is coming. So approve it. Now, how do you come? Similar way, all will be displayed. Stop this one and add next command. In this way, like we will set a dynamic path inside the display command. Yeah. So as I told you in the form, there's a two buttons. Only one button I have added this one, the event trigger loop, trigger command I have added. Like once it will be approved, then what we need to do? We need to get the value, like the status value, whether it is approved or rejected. That value I'm storing in format status, and then I'm closing this form and breaking from the loop. But if somebody is selecting the reject button, okay, in that case, what we need to do again, we need to add a trigger button on reject other event. Okay, just drag and drop handle and put trigger on select form here, put trigger on other uh, button reject one. Okay, and again just get the value the same in the same way, like the same way, like approval, and we select the, if it is clicked, then this trigger will happen. Okay, so in this case, if user is selecting the reject, if it is like they are clicking on the reject button, then this trigger will work, this loop will work. So in this case also, what we need to do, just copy this code and paste here. Here also, what we need to do, we need to put reject. Okay, and we need to close this form and exit from the break, like break from the loop. Okay, okay, fine. After this, like what we need to do, as I told you, we need to maintain the file path and the status, like whether it is approved or reject in this Excel file. So how we can do that? For that, we need to open this Excel file. So how we can do it? First, we need to open the Excel file. In the Excel command, Excel advanced command, there's an open command. Go to the open command and browse the file. Okay, let's put we had product path here. In get response, I have added this file, copy as path, and put here in desktop file. If you delete double quote, okay. My sheet is having header, and sheet name is sheet 1. I'll put sheet 1. Then see in the Excel file, sheet is sheet 1. Okay. Okay, fine. And session name is this one. Let's also add the close one, close the Excel file at the end of this part. Okay. Yeah. So this is ready. Now what we need to do, we need to insert the whole path of the email and the status. So how we can do that? But for that, we need to get the location, the empty cell location, right? How we can get that empty cell location? For that, we do have a command here, get row number. Okay. Get row number. From here, no, we need to check how many rows are there, like occupied rows are there, how many occupied rows are there. Then get number of rows, we need to use this command. And yeah, so we need to assign some variable, accelerate row count, and whatever value is there, like whatever value is coming here, we need to add one, and then at that location we need to append the value. Okay, we need to append the value. So for that, you can see this is a number type. So in the number we can add one value. So for increment in the value, in the number value, we are having a command increment inside the number feature. Just drag and drop, enter the value, enter row count and increment by 1. Okay, and assign into the string value, so number value. So I'm going to assign in same variable. I'll choose the same. Okay, so here we got the row count also, like the next empty cell row count. So here at the end of this loop, we need to append the value. Append, like add the value of file, path, and status of the button. So here, what we need to do, we need to set the value inside the Excel file. So in the Excel command, you will get a set command. Okay, set cell value. You can see here. So just drag and drop here. Okay. Inside this loop only, we are adding this one. This is, yeah, inside. Okay. Inside this file loop only, we are going to add this one. So we will select the specific cell. It is at A. In the A column, we need to put the path value, right? And this cell number we are going to pass a dynamic way. So the cell number we have stored into the Excel row count. Let's select the Excel row count here. Excel. Excel. And you can see this is a number, it is coming in red. So that means it's an error. So we need to convert this number into the string. So just put dot and select the number to string. And what will be the cell value? So cell value will be the full part of the image. Full part of the image. So again, we need to set the second value. And second value is like the status of the button. Okay. So same way, only we need to put that into the B column, just put B, and in the cell value, we need to pass that variable from status. Okay. After each one, we need to add some delay. Okay, and here we can add a save command to Excel. Save. Okay. So save this one. So you can see the trigger loop, and trigger loop is on button 1, 0. That is the approval button, and second button trigger is on reject button. Once we get the status, then we are going to set the value at the A location, path, and the status at B location. Okay. Let's run this one, and also I have added a delay here. Let's close this file. So spreadsheet is open here, and now it will display the form. Like this, let's see. Yeah, so first form is here. Yeah, so here you can see approved and reject button. So in my first case, I'm going to select approve. Yeah, and second case, I reject this one. So one mistake I have made, and I'll tell you what mistake. So outside of the loop, I have implement this Excel row count, right? But this row count, I have to add this line of code inside the loop, because here we are inserting the value inside the Excel file. Right now, it will insert the same value at same position inside the loop. Okay, again and again. So what we need to do, just stop this code and let me cancel this code. same thing, it is appending at second row only. So what we need to do? What we need to do? First, I will do here. I'll get the index ratio and then I increase this count here. Okay. Now it will work fine. Let's run this spot. Already one row is added, so now it will add detail from the third row. Let's minimize this one. And yeah, first image is here on this image. So I'll upload this one. Now this second image will come. I'll project this one. So see, this image is like this bot is running inside the loop, and I think 5 or 6 files are there inside that folder. So 6 to 7, like that time, this loop will run, and that time only, like we are going to see the images. Mhm. Yeah, close now. Successfully executed. Let's see the response. Here, the response is stored here, part and this filter. Whether it is approved or rejected, everything we have. Like what we have done. So we display the image on screen. We take the approval from the user, like approve or reject, and then we store those response into the Excel file. I hope you like this video. And in next session, I'll use some different use case on AARI. So thank you so much for watching my video.